Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Pathfinder Kingmaker. I'm your host, Colors Fade. It's episode 2. We're going to take on from Rostov. We have to go to Oleg's trading post. So the real adventure begins now. The prologue essentially is out of the way. Oh my goodness, and we have dangerous kitty cats right on us. Okay, here's, well, inspire courage. We're gonna need those bonuses to hit these things, but also, if I do that, yeah, okay, let's try that. They're gonna come attack me. Notice how they go straight for me. It's just awful.
Let us strike at one.
Okay, she killed that one. That's nice. Amiri. Yeah, you've automatically gone into rage, which is fine.
Tear them apart!
But not when you miss. So here I am. I'm gonna try to move her back, and I can't daze the animal. Oh, what a shame. Okay, I can do this though. Yeah, piercing scream. And it's gonna swing for a melee and miss. Let's see if you can each kill your own cat. Nope.
They go down!
Okay, that one's dead. That's good. That's an easy miss. It's gonna hang. Oh, she could have killed that. I'm gonna try to kill it with swords, which might be a bad idea. Alright. Enemies have come after me. Well, you know what I think? I think we might just want to rest right here. We have to assemble our team. It's like assembling the A team here. So we have a hunter, we have camp camouflage. Actually, who's best at camp camouflage? She's got a 7, but I think, oh, I'm a 6. Wow, so she's better right now. Okay, and I'm at a +8 to cook. Well, that'll change in the future.
But kid, you don't believe my stories. They're good, interesting stories.
You know, we bards sometimes lie a lot in our books too, but we try not to be so obvious about it.
Oh, that's a burn. So I was saying last episode that what sold me on this game was that the companions are just better than they are in Wrath of the Righteous, and at no point is that more apparent than playing these games back to back. I'm currently running through a core rules playthrough on Wrath of the Righteous to try to beat that game on core rules so I can get the achievement, and then I'll consider myself done with that game. And the thing with the companions in Wrath of the Righteous is they're just not nearly as good as the companions in this game. Part of that has to do with there being way too many evil companions in that game. We're gonna rest here because I'm already fatigued, and once you go into Oleg's trading post, you're there. You can't rest there, and you can't leave there until you've done some stuff. So we're gonna rest here. So there's too many evil companions in Wrath of the Righteous for me, and I've never enjoyed playing evil companions, even going back as far as Baldur's Gate. Like, Edwin was clearly the best wizard in the game as a companion in Baldur's Gate and later in Baldur's Gate 2, but he was evil and he was hard to keep in a good aligned party. Same thing with Viconia, the best cleric ever, but she was hard to keep in an evil aligned party. In Baldur's Gate, your characters would leave you if you didn't associate with them in it, and if you didn't make choices that would make them happy. So I've never really liked evil characters, but also the good characters in Wrath of the Righteous just aren't the kind of characters that I enjoy. This game has fantastic characters. I think Amiri's really interesting. I think Valerie is awesome. I love Knock Knock. I even like Lindsay. I mean, she's kind of got a perfect end in the game. So, and I love Ergonger and Octavia. So there's just a lot of really cool characters. In the name of the Stag Lord, lawful authority of the stolen lands, we demand this week's tax and some beer. And where's that pretty wife of yours, Oleg? She should serve us dinner. Is that a euphemism? Quiet down, dimwit. Oleg, we're just here for the Stag Lord's tax. Hand over the money and we'll be on our way. So, you want to drink some of my blood too? I'm sick of you. You're like locusts. Alright, so my task is clear. My task is to clear this land of bandits. I'll start right now. We're too few for a fight. Let's go for help from the camp. No way. This means we can rob a few idiots instead of just one. To arms, everyone. Yeah, so it's time to take these fools out.
I need inspiration.
Auto end turn, say yes. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Before you go swinging anything, please let's let her turn on the old plus to hit. Okay, and that means that Valerie can go in here and smack somebody around.
Let us strike as one.
Oh, and that was just a bad miss, wasn't it?
Tear them apart.
Take you and your big honking sword and roll a critical miss. I mean, this is going about like the last episode did, isn't it? At least Oleg can shoot something. He's got some people coming after him, though. Boy, I rolled a 5. Okay. See, and he rolled a 15. So it's a significant difference there. Lindsay, why don't you roll up here? I'm gonna have her. She can't get one of those guys, so his will saved. What did he save at? He rolled a 14. Right.
Do not falter.
Okay. She smacked him, but not enough.
They go down.
He rolled a 2. That's the thing about Amiri. She's got that big sword, and she's quite the strong fighter, but and that character rolled a 14. So right now, I always look at a D20 as having two halves, 10 or less, or 11 or more. And right now we're consistently rolling on the bottom half of it, and the enemy is consistently rolling on the top half of it. So there we go. Finally, and I still did that with a. I still did that with a bottom half roll, a 9. So. Oh my goodness. Okay, we'll sneak a little closer. It doesn't matter yet, though. We don't have anything like outflank or seize the moment, so it doesn't really matter. Their saving throw succeeded again because they rolled another 14.
Onwards.
All right, so Valerie hit. Nice. She finally rolled a high score. She got a 15 there. She rolled a 6. And then the other goon's gonna come over here and swing and miss on a 9. Okay. So I love sneak attacks early in this game. It's just fantastic. We're gonna try to roll. You're the bigger dude. You got more hit points. It's your turn. You saved again with a 15. So there's been 2 14s and a 15. So.
Stay behind me.
She rolls a 2.
Bring it.
This is why I like turn-based mode, because I like getting to see how screwed I am. Call that masochistic if you want, or if I'm gonna die, I really want to be able to analyze it and see how bad it's going. So we all leveled up, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, that doesn't result in Oleg getting killed, so Oleg is still with us, and I will quick save a lot. Take that, you scoundrels. The girl got away. A plague on her. She's certain to complain to the Stag Lord. They came before to collect taxes, but this time they'll come to punish treason. Now what are we gonna do? Alright, well, Svetlana is going to come out and they're gonna have a little conversation. I'm gonna say, okay, let's get to the point. You say the bandits are going to attack again? Who are they? And when will they arrive? Who are they? The Stag Lord's gang. Claimed they were collecting taxes. For the Stag Lord and his cronies, of course. They gotta be able to buy beer, so. Tell me as much as you know. How many bandits are there? Alright, and I'm gonna say you have nothing to fear. I'll help deal with the attack. Alright, and he's gonna say, we also need to decide on a plan. Go ahead and look around. There may be some tools that can be used for battle. There are some pretty solid traps around, and some tar and a box of alchemist fire. That looks like yes, we're gonna do that. I'm going to look around. Oh, and then I'm gonna see. I'd like to see your goods. That's the big thing right there. I want to see his goods because I want to get all of this stuff out of. I don't think anybody needs anything from there. Usually what I like to do is go price in descending order and just start. What is this? It's a spear, which I'll never use. It's a punching dagger, heavy mace, short swords. There's a falchard. That's the important thing. Now, we could save a couple of bows back. These... Okay. Ever-burning torches. You might want to save one, but I've never needed it for anything. You can save those thinking that you're going to end up using them on spider swarms. They're still pieces of garbage, so I don't bother with them. Alright, junk. Unfortunately, this is where Wrath of the Righteous is better, is you can just hit a button that says sell all the junk. Why there's even junk in the game, I don't know. You have to go through here and sell all these individual things that are considered junk. And hides, which can add up in weight really fast. So, Tianzia ink, citrine, edible moss. It says it's a cooking ingredient, yeah. And books, all that stuff can add up fast. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna level everybody up, of course. I want to see what she's using. Yeah, so this is why we did this. Oh, she doesn't have that weapon ability yet. Okay. All right, I gotta check my character sheets. So here's the thing with Amiri. We're going to Amiri and Valerie. I'm gonna set up two ways that are pretty close to each other. Amiri is gonna go Barbarian to level 5 because that gives her Uncanny Dodge. Gives her this. It gives her improved Uncanny Dodge, and she's gonna get a little bit of her Barbarian Rage and all that stuff. She's going to get Danger Sense, which I don't really care about, but she's going to get 2 Rage Powers. That's enough of her being a Barbarian, and then we'll switch her over to Slayer because it's just 1,000 times better. Same thing with her. She's going to be a Slayer who's going to focus in Persuasion and Dreadful Carnage, which is awesome. But before either one of those can get there, we're going to give each of them a little help by giving them a Vivisectionist level. There's 2 things we want with the Vivisectionist level. First, they're both going to get sneak attack right off the bat. This is important, especially at the lower levels. The extra damage is just so nice for the first 5-6 levels. And then, of course, later on, when they're Slayers, they keep adding to their sneak attack dice. So it's really nice. And then they're also going to get the ability to add a mutagen, which is going to increase their strength, which is going to increase their to hit. So it's very awesome for them. So I like to take that level right out of the gate with both of them. Philosophically, I'm opposed to the whole idea of dips in classes. I wish the Pathfinder system wouldn't even allow it, but since it does, you should take advantage of it. And so then for her spells, which she's not really going to use, you're going to get Shield, Expeditious Retreat, and a True Strike. Other people are going to use Enlarge. They're never going to use these. True Strike is actually the one that might get used from time to time, and of course Shield from time to time, but they're never going to have enough levels to make it last very long, so it's not a big deal. The real thing is Jubilost is going to be the one buffing them, but the cool thing is they get the mutagen for strength and they get the sneak attack. So, and same thing with her, same exact thing. Vivisectionist, you get this over here, so they get Alchemist proficiencies, which we don't care about, and throw anything, which we don't care about. Not a big deal. But then for her, the rest of the way, she's going to go Slayer. And this is the thing, we're going to put all her points in Persuasion. As many points as she'll be allowed. She does make the best Bard in the game if you want to make her a Bard instead and not use Lindsay. She makes a fantastic Bard, and part of the reason she makes a fantastic Bard is because she's a full-sized human. And so, as a full-sized human, actually, she doesn't need Expeditious Retreat. Let's get True Strike in there. Odds of using this are very, very slim, but on the occasion where you have a turn where you're not swinging at somebody and you need to make sure you hit them on your next blow, it's nice to have. Lindsay is so small that her ability to move around on the battlefield is really limited. If you want to make Valerie a full-on bard, she works really well as it, and because she's tall and big human, you can just do what I'm going to do with her, which is give her a ranged weapon. She doesn't have it right now, but there is a really, really cool glaive that she can get that adds +5 to her persuasion, which is what we're going to use. Give her a reach weapon as a bard, let her move around the battlefield and occasionally hit things, and most of the time she's going to be barding, but I prefer her as a straight up slayer with a reach weapon and making her dreadful carnage. She's just so good at it. Lindsay's going to be our bard, and she's fantastic at it anyway, and by the time that you don't need her anymore, then you don't need her anymore. It's a vague way of saying all that stuff. She can get a combat trick. This is what I love about the Slayer class, is that every other level you get a combat trick, which just allows you to have so many feats, which allows you to be really good as like to get all the feats you need for like Dreadful Carnage. It's awesome. So what I'm going to do for her here is we're going to flip over to skill focus, and I'm going to give her skill focus persuasion. So, and then here is where things start to get important for her. She's got a bunch of great spells. Grease is a good spell early in the game. Things fall down. It's nice. Later on, Haze of Dreams, Hideous Laughter, Sleep. Sleep is a spell that I don't like to take on her because it's useless after level 5. So it's not great, but Hideous Laughter works all the way through to the end of the game. Haze of Dreams isn't too bad. Target moves at half its normal speed, though. It's not, actually, that's not a great one. Grease, Hideous Laughter. That's pretty much it. Those are the good ones. Expeditious Retreat, so she can move around, but I don't know how many level 1 spells she gets. I can't remember it. I'm gonna grab, gosh, I guess I'll grab Grease now. Somebody needs to have it early because we don't have a caster yet. My character gets 3 levels of Rogue. That's the most important thing. It gives them the 2 levels of Sneak Attack. Finesse Training, that's the most important thing because they add their Strength modifier on a damage roll. Instead, they add their Dexterity modifier, so that's great. Yeah, it's just Knife Master 3, Thessalonian Specialist 5 is just so much fun to play. Kingmaker is a game where your main character really needs to take Persuasion every level, even if it's not a class skill. And then since I'm going to be running around the battlefield, I'm also going to take Mobility. You also want Perception, Trickery, Stealth. This is another reason I like playing an EK, is you're going to get a bunch of points here to spend on this. Between EK and Wizard and all this stuff, I'll be able to do this. But there are some checks in the game. There's only a couple, but if you have Persuasion so you don't outright fail them, it's good. We're going to do that, and then Knowledge, Arcana, or Magic Device. Somebody needs these 2. Knowledge Arcana is not a class skill for us, so I'm going to use Magic Device. And then here we go. Here's where the things get important for him. He's got Weapon Finesse, Martial Weapon Proficiency. I'm going to give him Weapon Focus in the Kukri. Yep, that's the important thing. So Evasion, and he's set up. All right, now we're going to wander around, and she has how much time left on this? 25 seconds left on her fatigue. The weirdest part of this game, especially if you're playing Wrath of the Righteous back to back with this like I am right now, is that you can't rotate the map. Now there is a mod that let you rotate. I haven't tried it. I wanted to do a mod free playthrough. This is going to be use the traps to help catch the bandits. Very nice. Then you can run over here. There's some kitty cats. You're going to spill the oil, spill the tar. We're going to want to make sure that somebody has a chance to toss a coin to your Witcher right there. Make sure you've got that, bucko. Okay. And I think there might be some piece of loot over here. Yeah, something. So Miri's got to turn. She's got another level before she can start wielding that Faust shard, which is too bad. But it'll work. Alright. This is the crew. Let's do it. Oleg, I'm ready. Wait for the attack. Get in your positions and wait. Fear not! Finally a fight. I was bored of talking. Go hide inside, Svetlana. Here come the punks. And Oleg. And oops. And he torches him with that, which is really nice. He tosses that, and then I don't know if tossing to how many guys are left? 2? Did he kill all of those? Oh no, there's still a bunch of guys though. There's that guy. Oh, we got guys back here. Okay, so we kind of need to wait for them to get closer. So I'm gonna delay. I'm gonna go after Lindsay. She's gonna. Oh, he took that person out. That's nice. Oleg is the only person around here who can hit anything. She's going to use her mutagen. Oh, but it's the wrong one. Darn it. That's okay. These guys are... He's going to sit there with the bow and arrow. Fire twice. The rest of these guys are going to do what? They're going to run up close enough. Oh, he just got it by a trap. Lindsay, let's wait for the last guy to come up here. See who we have here. Has he got a bow and arrow? Okay. So Lindsay, what do we want to do here? You could probably knock those guys down, but I can't get anybody with grease, but we can't really get anybody over there. So I'm just going to do this. I could toss and maybe hit that guy. That's awful close here. See if it lights him up. Okay, it just did that. I thought it might light this whole field on fire and extra shish kebab him, but apparently not. In that case, she's gonna do that, and I gotta get the right mutagen out for her. Strength. It's the one we need, sister. And then she'll go. Hang out over here. Okay, you... Since you used the wrong mutagen, first of all, get rid of that. Grab me the right one. Constitution, strength. Keep it there for future use. And your defensive bonus right there. Now, I can have... Oh, you can't reach there? Oh, that's a shame. Okay. Well, who fires next? That guy does. All you got to do is get close and you might be able to get a free swing at him. He did, but she missed. He's swinging at Oleg and he rolled a critical miss. Okay, this is not too bad. I'm going to try to daze him. His save and throw failed. Awesome. Okay. I'm gonna try to stabby. We're flanking. That's nice. See, oh, he rolled a 17 and he did a lot of damage. That's great. See if you can take that one out. Oh, Amiri, bring the big sword to play. That's fun. Okay. This guy's the last one left. Oh, and Oleg took him out. Well, that was effective. It was very nice. Okay. Oleg, my man. Well, now they'll know better than to treat honest people like cattle. We should call Bakken out before he freezes in those bushes. My lord, head on up to the guest rooms on the second floor. You deserve some rest after such a battle, and I need to clean things up. And this is for your efforts. 1,000 gold. Very nice. Appreciate that. If you want to purchase a mercenary, now is the time to do it. I'm going to do this playthrough without mercenaries, though. That was my whole goal, was to be able to get through this game without one.
Please hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you big faker.
Please.
Who are you?
Who am I? Just a tear shed by the land itself. The bitter sigh of nature. I am a nymph, the guardian of this area. the defeated guardian. Call me the guardian of the bloom, if you wish.
Now, there is a way to romance her and save her at the end of the game. I've never done it, and I might actually try and do it on this playthrough. You got to take the nice choices with her.
Beauty is so tender. It can so easily be crushed under the blows of cruel fate. But you can save it from being undone.
What do you want from me?
Aid, salvation. We have a common enemy, and long have I searched for someone who can defeat him. The one you call the Stag Lord. Yes, it hides his fortress as well as his dark
The
deeds.
fog.
But while responsible, he did not create this affliction. It is the work of a powerful druid.
Yeah, who would that be?
Even himself. I know not why the powers did not leave this renegade, but even I was unable to defeat him.
How can I help you?
This fog, it enshrouds, entangles, suffocates. If only I could learn how it was created. But my powers wane. I have barely the strength to call out to you. All I know for certain is that somewhere in this forest lies an old house, and it echoes with the remnants of a strange power. The Stag Lord and his druid were there. The fog hides this place from me, but I can point you to the bandits' camp near the Thornford. Make them tell you where this place is.
Then I will.
I don't believe in fate, stranger. But our meeting seems more than a coincidence.
Oh, because it is. Isn't she the duplicitous one? Yes, so lots of fun there. That's the other thing. Here's another place where Kingmaker is actually better than Wrath of the Righteous, and that is with its main villains. And I'll talk about that here in a second. Svetlana, did you want to ask me? She has me a very personal request. She wants me to find a ring. I'd be happy to help. Okay, so can you tell me about the Stag Lord? He's not just the average bandit. If no one puts a stop to him, he'll turn the stolen lands into his personal kingdom. Kingdom of fear and oppression. It would be a kingdom of lawlessness. So I've dealt with the Stag Lord. Your life will improve. Alright, so here's what I mean by the bad guys are better. Now, they're not better from a graphical design standpoint, because the way that the Baelors and everything look, and Discari and all that stuff in Wrath of the Righteous, those characters are beautifully realized, beautifully drawn and rendered. They are absolutely fantastic. They're just fantastic enemies that way, but they're terrible in the sense that you never defeat them. You only ever make them go back to their own realms and sit around for a year, which to me is just like the dumbest mechanic ever. All I can tell you is that if I were on the team making the Pathfinder Pantheon, you know, not even the video games, just Pathfinder itself, and creating the lore of the world, I would not make the lore such that a demon gets defeated and it goes back to its realm for a year, and if it gets killed there, then it dies permanently. Baloney. That's just a bunch of garbage. So that's dumb lore to me. So I'm not a fan of that at all. But moreover, the main character in the game, Aurelie Vorlesh, her whole reason for even creating the Whirlwind is pretty lame. But this Nymph, her reason for wanting to destroy your kingdom is awesome. The whole apology, the cup of apology, and the 1,000 kingdom tears, it's like, oh my gosh, I really dig that part of it. And I didn't realize how much I thought it was cool until I went through the game and beat it. and was playing Wrath of the Righteous at the same time, and I'm like, this enemy is just so much more satisfactory. And it's not just her, it's the Lantern King too that comes into play, of course, and it's just so much better. There's 50 charges on this wand for 750. Oh. I'm just gonna buy that now. I'm just gonna buy this because Bakken actually needs it, even though he already owns it, so it's for quests later. We're gonna buy acid flasks later. We're not gonna worry about them right now. Actually, I'm gonna sell that crossbow because nobody needs. Keep it. It's the false shard. The heavy mace I probably don't need. I don't need that long sword. Masterwork light mace. Anybody need that? I don't think so, but we're not gonna get rid of it yet. All right. So we have work to do. But yeah, as far as enemies go, I like the reasoning. I like the logic behind the enemies in Kingmaker so much better than what's in Wrath of the Righteous. But I do love the art style in Wrath of the Righteous, the Baelors and Discari and Baphomet and Baphomet's daughters, and oh my god, it's such a beautiful game, Wrath of the Righteous is. It's so pretty. And functionally, you know, they made the engine better. I mean, being able to do things like rotate the camera and stuff and quick sell junk items and all that stuff. It's just, it's so much nicer to play as far from a mechanic standpoint. This old boy is going to tell you about the fog. Fog? The fog looks visible enough to me. Okay, well, I should probably go. You hasten, you should. Your rival wastes no time. You mean Tartuccio. Can you tell me where he is now? Yes, the ancient tomb. Thank you. All the more reason not to linger. So we're gonna get out of here and go get Tartuccio, and it's not so much getting Tartuccio, but it's going to give us one more critical member to our team. Harim. So I want to go get Harim real fast. Where is it? That is the ancient tomb right there. Show location names. The one forward. So I think we can do this episode, and then that'll be sufficient. We will go get the old boy, the dwarf, and we're gonna get to this part of the game, which is also something I'll have some commentary on. So what am I rocking out here? I got this. It's base armor class 4. Okay, what are you using? A tiny light crossbow. Sister used the bigger one. It hits a little harder, and it's got the same. It's got the same 2-hit. I always call it Thaco. I'm gonna call it Thaco till the end of my days. 2-hit armor class 0, even though it's not that system anymore. You too. Okay, what's this? That's strength, and this is strength. Get that off of there. You get this last 10 minutes. Strength. Excellent. All right. We're gonna inspire courage when we get in there. You should just start now with it. Let's go. Tartuccio.
Let me guess, you're still dawdling. Should I make some tea in the meantime? Bake a pie, perhaps? Plant a small garden and harvest some cherries? Perhaps you'd be more comfortable wearing fool's caps and colored trousers. Then at least I'd be able to sell tickets. Come one, come all! Feast your eyes upon the slowest and the most ridiculous buffoons in Golarion!
So here's one of my only gripes about the characters in Kingmaker is Tartuccio, and it's just the way he's drawn. There are some great artwork in the game with Amiri and Octavia and Ragongar and Knock Knock and everybody. All the art seems very consistent to me, and in fact Harim, which we're going to see in a second, Harim has great looking art. He's probably one of my most favorite dwarves to look at, and I don't like dwarves in my games. He looks fantastic. And then Tartuccio looks like he belongs on a cartoon on Cartoon Network. He doesn't fit the same look and feel as the rest of the characters. I find it really odd that this is his portrait. It looks so bizarre to me compared to everybody else. And I have a third party portrait for my character. You can get this off of the Nexus, just a portrait pack that fits the art style of the rest of the characters in the game. But Tartuccio, see, look,
the same end awaits us all.
Harim has, this is great. He's got this big chain. this is just great art. I like this a lot. I mean, like I said, I'm not a fan of dwarfs ever. And he looks fantastic with this big old flail that he's got. It's just, it looks good, but he doesn't look anything like Tartuccio. If you put those characters side by side, they look like they're from different games.
Hold your tongue, gnome.
And Jaethal looks great too.
Tell your twaddle from the buzzing of a fly.
She is great. I love the way she looks. She's awesome. I also like her voice actress a lot.
Now, if we don't
But what
find
is
that
this?
artifact soon, someone else might seize it. Someone standing over there watching you right now, you fools.
Okay. So you only got a choice here. One of these. Don't you have some pressing business to attend to? Perhaps Jamani's quest, the search. You get a choice here to pull somebody on your side, and I want Arim. So
There is as much vanity in your words as in the words of all who have not seen the wisdom of Grotus.
yes,
I
you
see my
blabberer.
magnificent rival will stop at nothing, even at stealing the servants of his enemy. Let us see if your fools are even more useless than mine. Draw your swords and cover my retreat. Hey!
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, we need to go kill that person. Let's go get them. So, where do you think you can go? Can you get all the way down there? You can't. Okay. Well, come over here, because if nothing else, you can swipe at her when she starts moving. You're gonna run up here, and can you shoot? Yeah.
Serves you right.
Okay, that's nice. You got a hit in. I'm gonna come over here and try to stab this person. We're both gonna get an attack of opportunity. Jaethal's gonna exit. That person critically missed out aim, so that's good. Okay, she's got some defense. That's what we were hoping for. Unfortunately, I was really trying to kill that person and we couldn't quite make it happen. I can't quite get over there, but I can get right up on her. I can... I thought she'd get a swing. Arim. Okay. How much is... This person's almost dead. Since I'm on the other side... What I'm going to do is try to daze this person. The will saving throw failed. Great. I'm on this side and I don't have to move around to hit that guy, so I'm going to try to kill this one. There we go. That's nice. That's perfect. Now I'm going to move a little bit closer to this one. He's dazed. That one's going to move. Okay.
Let us strike as one.
Oh, wow. See, and she gets the sneak attack. I mean, that's nice. I like sneak attacks. It's like I said, especially early in the game. Person's not doing anything. You have a chance here. Oh, and she critically missed. And she missed again. That seems to be a common theme with her early in the game. And saving throw succeeded. So now we gotta take that guy out. That's me doing the sneak attack damage. It's always nice. Go up there because she's gonna cast a spell and we'll get another free shot. Oh, trying to come over there on Lindsay. Well,
Do not falter.
oh, and no, that's the second critical miss for my team.
Bring it.
Second one. All right, you can only move that far, sister. Lindsay, I suggest you move out of the way. Don't do that. Do this. And their will save and throw failed. Perfect. All the way down here. Now they don't get to do anything. No, roll to 6.
Tear them apart.
Not great. Roll to 6 again. Blessing us. That's, well, that's a good thing to try to do. Actually, I think he's still dazed. Sister, can you do a little bit of damage to him? 1 point. That's not worth anything. A 6 again, so I've rolled 3 6s in a row. The number of the beast has got us.
Stay behind me.
And it heard me and it said I'm going to give you a 2 and a 4 and a 2 and a 4 and a 6 and a 2 and a 4 and a 3 and a 3 and a 3 and a 7. 7. 7.
You deserved it.
You know the joke. Wow. Are we going to roll anything above a 10 ever? Nope. There's another 8. But he's going to hit us with the 17.
Let us strike as one.
And a 5. And an 8. And a 6. I'm just saying. Will saving throw failed. That helps. It gives us another round to just roll low. Jeez.
Do not falter.
Oh man, a 7. See, I want to be clear about these numbers. I want to be clear about these numbers. I don't want people to think that I'm making stuff up when I say that I'm not lucky. Like I said, if you take a D20 and you split it in half, 10 or lower, 11 or higher, we significantly stayed on the low side of a D20. Significantly. So it's not just me saying it. It's not just me saying it. All right. Arim. So he's cleric. Very nice to have a cleric on the team. It's great. One of the things to note is that he only has 10 charisma, and you need a 13 charisma so that he can selectively channel. But if you give him a +4 charisma circlet on his head, you can take that when he levels up. So we'll be looking to do that. In the meantime, his channeling only ends up really being useful for after fights. So when you're fighting, you want to make sure that you're doing everything not to get hit, which you should be doing anyways. You shouldn't be trying to heal in the middle of a fight, but you know how it is. Sometimes it just happens. So it's a big old Cyclops, probably. This is one of the things that's kind of cool about the game. This bas relief once depicted the sun and the moon. Now it's almost completely these big old crypts and stuff like that. This land was previously like ruled by Cyclops, and then their kingdom fell, which is kind of a pretty cool thing. I've always been kind of fascinated with the Cyclops. Here's the thing that made Cyclops cool to me as a kid was the movie Krull. Because how did it come to be a Cyclops? Well, they used to be men, and they made a deal with like a genie or some kind of powerful spirit or entity or something, and it took one of their eyes in exchange to give them the ability to see the future, but they can only see the future of their own death. So of course it tricked them, and I just thought that was one of the coolest characters. I love Krull, even though it's a corny movie that does a lot of things off camera or with skewered views so that you can't see anything, because they didn't have special effects at the time to really make it awesome, as awesome as it should be. It's one of those movies I'd almost like to see redone. Oh no, that sucked. Oh. At least it was just a magic missile trap and nothing more significant than that. So Krull made Cyclops cool for me, and of course there's lots of Cyclopses in this game, so that's pretty cool. Alright, we're gonna get out of here. How sweet the first breath of fresh air. Already the trail of Tartuccio and his companions has gone cold. Well, we have lore nature. Let's see, we would not give up so easily. I'll probably fail this by rolling a 2. Oh no, I succeeded. What did I actually roll? I rolled a 20. Let's save the critical hits for the story time. We tried to imagine who or what left those claw marks. We rolled a 13. The claw marks were not deep. The attackers were small and lean. And more, these creatures walked on 2 legs. Finally, the form of the footprints left us no doubt in our minds. We'd stumbled onto Cobalt lands. Tried to find traces of magic. Discovered traces of a spell, apparently from the Illusion School of Magic. Alright, carefully studied the trail down into the gully. To our surprise, the little shoe prints turned into little claw footprints. Alright. Well, we stood a while in thought and then followed the single set of footprints down into the gully. Tartuccio, changing himself into a kobold. We have mobility. I have 7. This will fail on a 2. Here we go. Nope, we succeeded. Alright, so story time. We're getting some rolls. That's cool. Well, after climbing out of the gully one by one, we easily found the clawed footprints again and moved forward. Let's go get Tartuccio. So, here we are, right here. I'm gonna save this. My man, they still got their mutagens on. That's nice. Oh, here we go. And there he is.
Listen to me. A dragon, huge, sparkling, flew down to me from the sky and told me a secret. A great relic that will win the kobold's glory is hidden somewhere nearby. Enough of this pitiful existence. Search for it. Search and bring it to me.
Oh, the mites under the old sycamore. They possess a magic treasure very ancient. Stop deceiving these poor reptiles, Tartuccio.
Who is it there? How? Here, you fools. I mean tribes.
Here, you fools.
Don't listen to his lies. I shall bring you to glory. Just help me find the relic and stop this trickster.
You're the trickster. It's always projection with these guys, isn't it?
Running won't help you.
Liar. I like that we still got this mutagen on, though. That's nice. Not going to help us if we keep rolling 2s and 4s and 6s, but you know. Oh, look at that, Arim. Well, I want you in back. You're going to do this. Yes. All right. And can you shoot him? No. All right. I just want you right there. Well, take this guy, I guess. Jeez. Came all the way over here. Gonna run in here. They're coming after me. They just come directly after me.
Tear them apart!
Wow.
Onwards!
The nice thing about Arim is he can actually hit some things.
Repent.
He didn't there, but he can do it, so. Destructive smite. Alright, my friends, what do you got here? He took a swing at me, barely missed. He's gonna try and daze him. Will saving throw failed. Like it. I missed.
They go down!
Oh yeah, maybe. This is one of those games, and I kind of like this part about it, how it really pays to have a bard in your party to do crowd control. I love games that have crowd control. I love computer role-playing games that have crowd control. That's one of the reasons that I love Pillars of Eternity, because the crowd control in it is challenging but fun. I really like that a lot. And this game, if you have a bard, you can trivialize a lot of encounters with humans. So, Pine Patch, Ancient Tomb, Old Sycamore. So we'll head on over here. Can't do anything with that until we have a kingdom. And there it is.
Nice.
Yes, it would.
You think?
So we're going to rest outside and then manage Arim. You have some perception, don't you? Yeah, you're +8. We're going to switch you to... Let's see. Hearty meal. Begin resting, and this is...
You have such a huge sword. How is it that you don't tire of swinging it, Mary?
You have such a busy tongue. How is it that you don't tire of wagging it? Hey, Harem?
And this is also why it's just better. The character interactions are just better because they're better characters. I mean, Amiri ragging on Arim there is pretty funny. Yeah, Old Sycamore. I just like these characters better. That's the bottom line. I don't like the time limits on the kingdom management stuff, but like I said, it'd just be so much better if every single quest or event that had a time limit on it would be clearly visible in the quest log. So Keston's here.
I have urgent news from Restov. The investigation that I have conducted at Lady Jamandi's orders have proved your innocence. Tartuccio was and still is the Pataxian spy. That dreadful night, it was him who had opened the gate and let the assassins in. It appears that he had planned to gain the barony and Eldori's support, only to later place these lands under the command of his true patron. King Iravetti is no stranger to intrigue, and likes to use others to do his dirty work. Anyway, Lady Jamandi sends her apologies.
I think one of the more disappointing things in the game was finding out that King Iravetti wasn't a gnome. After Tartuccio and Jubilost, I really expected him to be a gnome. So, plus I really wanted to just slay a gnome.
We almost had Tartuccio cornered when this damned mist fell. First we entirely lost our way, and then stumbled right into a bandit ambush. My people can barely stand, so I would be grateful if you would help us capture this Tartuccio. He must be somewhere nearby. Bring that scum to Oleg's trading post, dead or alive. The Sword Lords will remember this favor.
I can do that. That's my job. Alright, so now we enter into the next part of this, which is very big. The Old Sycamore is a big zone. It's got an underground that's really big. This is going to take a couple of episodes to get through. Folks, thanks for sticking with me as always. If you dig it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave your questions and comments down below. I will see you next time on the next episode. As always, happy gaming.